Good morning, everyone. My name is Scott Morris. I am the Director of Business Development for GTS Distribution. We're here with another one of our B2B webinars, which is going to be very exciting and very professional looking today. Not that the others aren't professional looking, but this is a full studio with chalkboard paint and a bunch of designs behind them. We have Adam and Krystyl from Cryptozoic Entertainment. We're going to be talking about three very cool games, actually. We're going to be talking about the Pickle Rick game that is next to Krystyl there. We're also going to be talking about the Rick and Morty Look Who's Purging Now and the Challenge of the Superfriends games, which are part of a new line of games that Cryptozoic is going to be bringing out. Just as a reminder, for everyone who is in attendance here live as a retailer customer at GTS, you're going to be eligible to get a free demo copy of the Pickle Rick game. And then if you place any orders or pre-orders for the games between this Monday and next Monday, which I believe is the 18th of February, if I can do math correctly, you will get 52% off MSRP as well. So a little bit extra special pricing, which is a good thing and a nice little added value, of course. Just as a reminder for everyone, if you hover over your video, there is a little chat bubble at the bottom. You can click on that chat bubble and a chat window will open up. You want to select all panelists and attendees so that everyone can see your questions, but feel free to ask anything you like. As I use the bad pun, everything is on the table, so whatever questions you may have for Adam or Krystyl, feel free to let them know. Otherwise, I will monitor the chat window as questions come in. I will take my face that was made for radio and shut up and let Adam and Krystyl start the show. With that, Adam and Krystyl, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. And thanks, everybody, for letting us come and hang out with you guys this morning. We apologize for our shivering. Our air conditioner won't shut off in here, so we're at like 50 degrees this morning in the office, which is fun. But yeah, so we've got some great games to show you guys today and talk a little bit about some opportunities that we have with those games as well. I'm going to start out with our new Griffin engine, which is what I've got here in front of me. The two games that are going to be releasing simultaneously, and we've got some plans for the line for the Griffin engine moving forward. We've got the Rick and Morty Look Who's Purging Now, and then the little bit more wholesome version, which is the DC Superfriends Challenge of the Superfriends card game that's coming out. They're small box, lower price point title. You're looking at their $15 MSRP on them. But the game itself, the engine is it's a blind bid type of game. It does have more than just a number blind bid as well. Each of the cards have some special abilities and things like that. But the way the game works, for like Look Who's Purging, there are 4 decks in the game, which each have a different character on them. So we've got Rick, we have Morty, and we have a couple people from the specific episode. Which I guess some of you may not know, especially with our Rick and Morty titles. They're always based on a very specific episode from the Rick and Morty series. So a little bit more focused on, rather than just the general Rick and Morty, they are tied directly to a specific episode. So this one was the Purge planet, where Rick and Morty drop in and get to join in the Purge festivities. The idea is you've got your festival deck, the Purge festival deck, which is going to bring in various different inhabitants of the Purge world, which you will be purging. And then your weapon deck has various weapons and special abilities, which simultaneous play. Everyone blind bids their card. We all flip over at the same time. The highest number is going to get to purge first on who they pick. The different festival cards range from negative points to positive victory points, and that on that side of it. It's a quick game. It's usually about 25 to 30 minutes at the most. Played over 6 rounds, so it's and small compact size, so portable, easy to play in various different locations, carry it with you, and then obviously has the humor aspect of Rick and Morty thrown in there, because we've got things like butt missiles and power armor, stun rays, different things like that that'll pop up to have an enjoyable time on it. The other side of it plays exactly the same way for Challenge of the Super Friends, but we've got the awesome classic art from the old Challenge of the Super Friends cartoon. And the characters in that one are Aquaman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Robin. And again, each of the decks have their own various types of abilities and weapons that are thrown in there, going up against the Legion of Doom on there. I think both of them, we're very excited about the artwork, especially on the Challenge of the Super Friends. Brings back some great nostalgic feel to it with the old school artwork that we gathered up on it. Excuse me. And again, plays the same way. It's a blind bid, not only blind bidding the number on the card, but also blind bidding if your ability is going to be better or cancel out other people's abilities. So adds in some challenge to it there. Again, $14.99 on that's coming out. We're looking at a release date on this one just right after Gamma, so we will be able to start shipping around Gamma time if we see you guys out there. One of the things we're doing with it is going to be this display. Unfortunately, this one's not as pretty as the end result will be. My production samples are sitting in the advanced warehouse at New York Toy Fair right now. So I've got the previous sample in here, which I think we can show you a picture of what the final one will look like on there for you. And the way that's going to work is if you guys buy a case of either of the games, we will send you guys one of these displays for free to throw up on the counter and be branded. It will work with future Griffin engines as well. I can't say exactly what we've got coming, but there is more Griffin engine coming later in the future as well for this. So it's something we're pretty excited about bringing out there and bringing some new licenses to it, as well as having that kind of mix and match and collectability aspect to it to pick up various different titles in the same gameplay with that party feel to it where people can jump in and play pretty quickly. Easy to learn, easy to play. What was it? Super fast, super fun, super great, something. Yeah, somebody coined that in the office. So,
and Adam, just to jump in and let everybody know, from GTS's side, if you do place pre-orders for either of the games, we have the case set up in our system, so that'll be part of the promotion, of course. So you can pre-order a case right now, get your 52% off, and also get the free display case as well with that from us.
Fantastic. So that's kind of the gist of the game. I know Krystyl's got some good information on what we're doing marketing-wise with it to help you guys and support you guys a little bit on it too. So.
Yeah, we've already announced the 2 Griffin Engine games on our social pages, and it's gotten excellent feedback. People are really excited. People who are fans of Rick and Morty are just thrilled to have another game based off of a really popular episode. And then the nostalgia factor really hooked people for the Challenge of the Super Friends game. As soon as people saw the card art and saw the familiar, Wonder Twins and stuff on the components, they were really, really excited. And so we've already started putting marketing ads out in both print and digital media. So as we get closer to the release date, we'll ramp up marketing for that. Right now we're working on a promotional video, which we will post up soon and then make available to retailers. We recently, Cryptozoic just launched their first monthly email newsletter. So if you're not signed up for it, we'll put a link for you guys to join the newsletter, and then also a link to our past January newsletter. The newsletter highlights previously released products from Cryptozoic, upcoming products, and then staff picks for our favorite products that we have. And then we're also going to start linking our marketing assets on there for a Dropbox link, which we also will link here for you guys for the chat, and it'll have all the marketing assets for the games that we discussed today. And so in that folder, we'll have, social media images, 3D box art, logos, everything that you guys need that you might want to post on your own social media pages. Hopefully we'll get some demo scripts in there soon as well. And so we're really, really excited about the Griffin Engine. We've already started sending out review copies, and people absolutely love it wherever we play test it. And it's a very, it's a low price point, so it's kind of buys into that impulse purchase, especially if you have that countertop display. And we're just really, really, really excited.
She made a good point. It demos really, really well. It's very easy to pick up and play, so it's a good one to have on the counter and be able to just quickly pull it out, let some people check it out and play. Less than a couple minutes, and you got people playing pretty quick on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, the links that Krystyl mentioned, I just put those into the webinar chat. So you'll see a link for signing up for Crypto's newsletter in there. You'll see a link to the previous January newsletter and the link to the marketing assets as well. We'll make sure that's in the final video as well, that it'll be recorded and put on YouTube. But anyone here on the chat, feel free to click on those links and fire away.
All right, cool.
Pickle Rick.
All right, so
unless anybody's got any questions about the Griffin engine while we got there, if Scott's seen anything pull up, we'll start talking about Pickle Rick as well.
We haven't had any questions pop up yet, but if anyone does, just as a reminder, if this is your first time on Zoom or if you haven't used it before, you can click on, if you just hover over the window that you're looking at, you can see a little chat bubble at the bottom. That'll open up a chat window. You will be able to click on all panelists and attendees in the to box. That will make sure that everyone sees your question. Feel free to fire away with anything you've got. There are no questions that are coming in right now. If there are, we can always come back and circle up as they come through, but I'll be monitoring it and watching it and everything. But if you want to switch over to that gigantic pickle you have right next to you, then let's segue over to that.
All right. Okay, cool. So this is our Rick and Morty, the Pickle Rick game. This released in September of last year. So it's been out for a few months, and we've had it with us at a couple of conventions. And let me tell you, if you're a Rick and Morty fan, you recognize this guy like as soon as possible. If you're not familiar with Rick and Morty, it is just like a really, really popular show that's on Adult Swim, and we've created a line of games that are all episodic, and this is the same. It's based off the Pickle Rick episode from season 3, and that was probably one of like the most wildly popular episodes of that game. It won an Emmy, and it was just wild. And so any Rick and Morty fan, they'll recognize it. It's very eye-catching. It's like a 13-inch pickle, and it comes in a wonderful display box, so it'll sit beautiful on your shelf. And like at conventions, we've had people like run up and be like, "Oh my God, it's Pickle Rick! How do I get that? What is it? Let me buy it." And we'll be like, "Okay, it's a board game too." And they're like, "What? Even better! It's a board game." And so this is a $45 MSRP product. All the components for the game fit inside this pickle, and it comes with a display stand. So it's a great collectible, it's a great board game, and it kind of is a cross of like Cryptozoic. Since we make both collectibles and board games, it's kind of like we designed this kind of like product that works as both a collectible and a board game. And it's a really, really fun game. It is a 1v1 asymmetrical combat board game, so it is 1 to 2 players, so it's usually 2 players, and then it also comes with solo rules, so you can play it yourself. And it comes with 2 miniatures, a Pickle Rick and a Jaguar. And this episode was basically just one of the most convoluted episodes of television. Not to go too deep into it, but basically the main character turns himself into a pickle, and he ends up in the sewers and fighting rats, and ends up in a Russian embassy where he meets a prisoner played by Danny Trejo, who is Jaguar, and then they get into some sort of like cat and mouse epic fight, and we basically made a board game out of that scene. If the fans are familiar with that episode, the game plays just like that, and it's really easy to learn. It demos really well. It's a mix of both luck and also strategy, and it's just really funny. It uses art from the episode, so we've got like the different like cards that have like different weapons and stuff used in the episode, and it's just like any Rick and Morty fan would absolutely die to have this game. It's perfect, and all the components fit really easily back into the pickle. It comes with an organizational tray, and look at him. Who wouldn't love him?
One of the things that I wanted to point out about the Pickle Rick, and you made a little bit of a comment about it, Krystyl, is that for that being the demo copy of the game that retailers can get for attending here, it is a very, very eye-catching type thing to have laid out as a demo, both as the game as you have in front of you, but also obviously as the canister itself, right? I don't know anyone who would know the show and not know that product. I have heard from some retailers, and I think this is where the demo may actually help them. I have heard from some retailers who have said that when people see it in the box as it is behind you there on the shelf, that some consumers may think it's more of a collectible and more of a toy than actually a game. So being able to have it as a demo game and have it out on a table, both as the canister and the game, I think will be a big help to kind of shift that mindset when a consumer walks in and thinks, oh, this is just a $40 or $45 collectible. It's actually, no, it's that, and it's a board game as well. So I think that could be really good.
So I think we were starting to point out that in the packaging, the miniatures are out of the pickle and sitting inside there to kind of help draw attention to the fact that it's a game. But yeah, I think that's what we've heard as well, that most people don't realize that it's a full-on game. And that's why we wanted to make sure we got some demo copies out to you guys on it, so that you can really start seeing it, laying it out, and showing it off. It's got some other cool components, like, we made custom dice for the game as well. So it actually has some really great components. We made sure that we pushed forward that every aspect of it was something you could display on your shelf to align with that kind of collectible feel, but still be something that you can play and have a good time with as well.
That's awesome. There was a question that came in over chat. Jed had asked, what exactly is the Griffin engine? Is it just a type of bidding mechanic, or is there something more to it, or could you explain that a little more deeply?
So it's the entire, the engine is basically based on the 4-character stack decks play, which are the 10-card decks, and then it's the blind bid aspect of it mixed with the weakness and going beyond just the regular blind bid and adding in more of the special abilities and things to that effect on it that go beyond just a typical 52-card deck. I'm bidding my 5 of diamonds versus your whatever you're playing on there, to give it a more thematic feel to it. And it's something that the gameplay itself lends itself very well to the licensing aspect of it. So we're able to drop in the different characters on there as well. But yeah, for the most part, it is the blind bid aspect mixed with more than just a number blind bid portion of it. I believe it was, what was the first one that we had on it? I guess, yeah. So these are gonna be the first 2 titles that we've got for it coming on there.
And that's probably key to note, right? Is that while these are the first 2, the key in that phrase is first, right? There's more Griffin engine games that are designed that will also fit in that display case. So if they get the display case now, they can kind of adjust that as new ones come out and are available and things like that.
Correct.
Right.
And we'll have, actually here in a couple days, we'll be showing off another one at New York Toy Fair that's going to be coming later this year. And then we'll definitely have it at GAMA for you guys to check out once that's announced officially this week. So.
Awesome. Excellent. Cool. And did you guys, this has primarily been the video of you two. Did you have anything specifically on the presentation that you wanted to share around the Griffin stuff or the Pickle Rick stuff that you wanted to pop in there at all?
We've got a great video of the Pickle Rick to show you guys, and then the display was the other big thing. We wanted to make sure you guys got to see that it was not just this white cardboard thing.
Sure, yeah. Yep, video is being shared right now, so I think you're good.
All right, so since the game's been out for a while, we have tons of marketing assets that we've made since then. So retailers will have access to the Dropbox links, which will have banners, social media images, promotional videos, and we have a couple more promotional videos that you guys can share on your Facebook pages or through whatever social channels that you use, and then also graphics and things like that that you can use for promoting the game.
That video is great too. I have a lot of retailers I've talked to that have like their own kind of in-store digital display. Usually very basic, right? Just like kind of like a laptop hooked up to a large TV or anything like that. But I've known a lot of them to use videos from publishers like that to kind of just cycle through almost like a giant infomercial on their screens to be able to share with people the new games that are out. So that's really cool.
Perfect.
We're hoping to start doing some more stuff like that for you guys as we move forward too, obviously with our fancy new studio here for you, to where we'll hopefully be doing some more videos and let's play videos to allow you guys to see some demo opportunities with the games moving forward. Really hope we can get you guys signed up on the newsletter. I think that's really, we just started it, and getting a lot of good information out to you guys, as well as not just sell sheets and information, but marketing assets, things like that. Definitely get signed up for it so we can start getting it out to you. You should see the February one coming very soon, actually, just in the next week or two. And as we refine it, you'll start seeing them typically the first week of each month. And we've got 2 separate ones on the newsletter. One that's going to be going to business, So you guys will get a little bit earlier information on, games that are coming out, collectibles that are coming out, things ahead of time. And then there's also an option for just the direct to the collectors, which won't have quite the early information, but will be reiterating items that are releasing that month, things that have just released the previous month, and doing some things to drive them to your store, drive customers to your stores to pick some of this product up and remind them that it's out there as well. And giving you guys the opportunity to get some pre-orders in and be able to check some numbers and stuff and look into how it's going to fit into your business moving forward too.
That's probably a good segue into something that I definitely wanted to bring up for the retailers. For anyone who may not have interacted with Cryptozoic before, Cryptozoic is not just a board game company. They do quite much more than just board games. So I don't know, Adam or Krystyl, if you want to speak to maybe some of the other things like the collectibles and the cards and some of the things like that. Not necessarily, deep down into products, but just to give retailers an idea, kind of the broad spectrum that Cryptozoic Entertainment actually covers.
Yeah, absolutely. We've the Cryptozoic is kind of threefold. We've got the game side, which many of you already know. We have the collectible side, which we do like the DC bombshells you may have seen around. We've got our new Krypkins line in the vinyls. We got the tikis. There's quite a few different collectible side of things and some really awesome new resin stuff coming out this year as well. And then we also do the trading cards, which I'm sure working with GTS, you guys have maybe seen that stuff around as well. So things like the Outlander, Rick and Morty, we got the DC Bombshells trading cards as well, a wide variety. And I think we've done a pretty good job of crossing what we've learned over in each of those different categories into one another as well. Case in point, Pickle Rick, bringing our collectible side over into the gaming, and some things with the trading cards into the collectible side with blind reveal and chase factors and things like that into the our blind box, which the Krypkins small vinyls been one of our most popular over the last year for blind box. They're just these painfully adorable, painfully cute things like the Chupacabra, Bigfoot, Cthulhu, little thing like that, which are, you can see up there, the big pretty red eyes and things like that. And then obviously our relationship with DC over the years has been huge for us as well, with the DC Bombshell series and the 7-inch vinyls and some things like that. We've got some, again, announcing this next week, and actually just announced recently our new horror line as well. So we've got a lot of the that coming, like the Freddy Krueger 7-inch vinyl, which we'll be showing off in full force at New York Toy Fair as well, coming up too. So something, I know it's something a lot of the stores, especially in the hobby market, have been expanding into. The newsletter will give you guys good information on how you can expand into that market as well if you're interested. So.
In fact, there was a question Tabitha just asked right now. The link that we had for the January newsletter was for the fan newsletter. And she was asking if we could get the B2B link as well. So I can get that from Krystyl and Adam afterwards, and make sure
we'll get that out to
everybody, and also make sure it's in the video as well.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, in short, though, definitely Cryptozoic is a very well-rounded entertainment company, hence the name Cryptozoic Entertainment, not Cryptozoic Games, right? So it covers a little bit of everything. I still personally am pining for the Mighty Meeples game one day. I think that would still be a really good crossover with those little guys. That was really good stuff. But yeah, you're dead on about the crossover between the collectible piece and the gaming piece with the Pickle Rick and things like that. One of the things that I hear from retailers a lot is they're not looking just for good games. They're looking for good products, right? Things that can be more than just a game, or speak to someone in a way that is more than just a game. So it's really exciting to see stuff like that.
Yay.
He looks great on the shelf. So.
Yeah. And, we've gotten great reviews on the gameplay itself. I mean, it's not just, a giant collectible. Like, it made it onto the New York Times gift guide. We've gotten wonderful coverage from like IGN and lots of other notable reviewers. And it's just such a unique gameplay. It's like not too many games out there right now are 2-player, and it's just like such a cool combat game. It's like a very unique gameplay for Pickle Rick that, I haven't really seen much of before.
She brings up a good point on the 2-player. And how often you have plan a game night and everyone's got to cancel because of this, that, and the other, and ends up being just you and one other person staring at each other going, well, we can't really play Risk. We can't really, Catan 2-player is not that much fun, things like that. And that being able to have an opportunity for a 2-player game that's compelling, keeps you interested, has a good time with it. It's something that you can whip out and have a good time with.
Awesome. That is one of the things that I personally like about a lot of the Cryptozoic games is that they're all very easy to teach. It doesn't matter if they're very small, like the two boxes there for the Rick and Morty, Look Who's Purging, and the Challenges of Super Friends, or if they're even something bigger like Cult. It's something that is very easy and very quick and simple to teach people, and something that people can pick up and get playing pretty quickly, which is great.
As you bring up Cult, that was one we did we did a big launch night at a local brewery here, and people first look at the box and they're like, "Oh man, that's going to take forever. That's crazy." And it's like, no, sit down. 5 minutes, we'll have you guys playing.
Yeah, place a token. Can you add math? You're good to go, right? It's pretty quick and easy. Cool. So there were no additional questions that were coming in. So I think at that point, we're at about 30 minutes in. So we can probably go ahead and call it here. Unless anyone does have any last minute questions, feel free to post them in the chat window. Just as a reminder for everyone, so between this Monday, February 11th, and next Monday, February 18th, you can order the Pickle Rick game or pre-order the Rick and Morty, Look Who's Purging, and Challenge of the Super Friends games. You'll get 52% off MSRP for the week, which is great. If you are here live, you will get a free demo copy of the Pickle Rick game from GTS Distribution. We'll make sure that the sales reps for your accounts know who attended, and they'll reach out and contact you about that. And again, if you do pre-order a case of either Look Who's Purging or Challenges of Super Friends, you'll be able to get a Cryptozoic branded display case that'll be available for your countertop as well.
I promise it will be printed, not just white.
Right, exactly. That one's just printed in invisible ink, so it's all good. So Aaron did ask a question, will there be a demo of the Super Friends game? So the way the webinars are set up is that there is a game that is available now, which is the Pickle Rick game, and then there are games that are available coming out in the future, which are the Challenges of Super Friends and the Rick and Morty Look Who's Purging now are pre-orders. So we don't have copies to be able to offer for demos. I believe, and Krystyl, I may have to go back and double check this one. I'm pretty sure you guys are part of our demo program that we have in our system. So in general, what our GTS's demo program is you can contact your sales rep. They will allow you to purchase a copy of a game, one copy per year per storefront at 25% of MSRP. So that is an option as well. But again, we don't have any units of the Challenges of Super Friends or the Look Who's Purging just yet, but that should be pretty soon. In fact, that's a great question. Adam, what is the actual release date for those?
So it's going to be, we're going to be releasing it at Gamma.
Yeah.
Okay, so just about a month away right now.
Yeah. So if you guys come out, if you guys are going to be at Gamma, definitely stop by the booth, and I will have a copy for you to take home with you of either the Look Who's Purging or the Challenge of the Super Friends.
You just created a large line at Gamma. Okay.
Yeah, good. That's what we were looking for. So yeah, we're going to have a bunch of it there. It's going to be, I shouldn't say it's releasing, it's shipping at the time of Gamma. So the release date is the first week of April for you guys.
Okay. So about 45 days. So not too far out. Awesome. Excellent. All right. Well, Adam, Krystyl, thank you both very much. Really do appreciate you guys coming to talk a little bit about the games that you have and a lot of the other stuff with the collectibles and the cards. But Cryptozoic definitely has a well-rounded catalog for everything, which is awesome. To all the retailers in attendance, thank you very much. Really do appreciate your time. As always, we know how challenging and busy life is being a retailer these days. So we appreciate you taking the time to come and talk to Cryptozoic and learn about their games. Again, this will be recorded and will be put on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out. Adam, Krystyl, if someone wants to reach out to Cryptozoic, what's the best way to contact you guys?
Probably you can do the either the sales at cryptozoic.com is probably the best way to get a hold of us. That multiple people have eyes on that for you, so we can actually see some good stuff coming from you on that.
Excellent. Awesome. We'll make sure that's in the video too as well. So great. All right. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the presentation. So thank you all so much. Really do appreciate the time, and I hope everyone has a great week selling at their retail stores. Take care.
Thanks a lot for having us, guys.
Thank you.